Hello everyone, it's Gojira Prime here with a little video, and today we're going to go over Transformers Energon Ultra Class Megatron from the Transformers Energon series from the Energon trilogy. We'll run through the vehicle mode, the accessory modes, the accessories for the figure, and then we'll have a look at the robot mode and do some size comparisons. So first off, just to start with the accessory piece, Megatron comes with this black and green tank, which he can use as either a arm cannon in robot mode or as a bladed weapon when you attach the blade into this slot here. Tank mode's very, very nice. It's got some nice molded details, some green clear plastic. It does come with a missile, or it did come with a missile. I lost mine many, many years ago. It was spring-loaded and probably ended up God knows where. This also had some light and sound effects, but I've not had batteries in this for some time, and I seem to recall that the light and sound effects were actually really quite annoying as well. But nice little tank mode, battle damaged, looks really quite good, I think. The vehicle mode for Megatron, and this is one of two versions of this figure. As with the Armada series and the Cybertron series, this particular figure was recolored into Galvatron at some point halfway through the show. I can't remember exactly when. It's been years since I've watched Energon. And it went from being in these gray, blue, and teal colors to a much more, to a purple and gold orange color scheme as well. So the translucent green plastic you see here was made into translucent orange plastic, and the rest of the figure was basically colored in purple. This figure is probably also my favorite version of Megatron from the Unicron trilogy. I like the vehicle mode. It's this nice big space jet. Lots of very nice molded detail. And the robot mode also looks very, very good as well. Unfortunately for me, I found when I was unpackaging this figure to do this video, the right wing has suffered some damage. It's bent out of shape. I don't know if there's anything I can do to fix that ultimately. Basically, in jet mode, you pull out these bits on the wings and then lift the wings up like so. The same here, you lift that up and it sends out these clear plastic pieces. This was meant to be like a super jet mode for Megatron, but these bits have bent horrifically out of shape now, so I may try a hairdryer on this, possibly see how that goes. Nicely, it does come with landing gear, so you can just have him sitting on the landing gear if you want. You've got the two big cannons up the front, some nice engine detailing at the rear, and again some more translucent green plastic here as well. There is a cockpit section up front, but you can't actually do anything with it, and I think these are meant to be molded weapons in the front of the figure also. Now, just to give you a bit of a size comparison, this is a really big figure, and just to give you an example of how big he is, let me put it this way. If this was a modern day figure sold as part of the Generations lineup, you would be paying a command level prices for this. This toy is huge. And you'd be paying £120 for it today if it was a brand new figure. I cannot remember for the life of me how much it cost me when I got it. And I've had this figure the better part of 17 years. But this is Siege Astro Train. So he's considerably larger than a Voyager class figure. He's considerably larger than a Leader class figure as well, for that matter. But again, very nice figure. Lots of nice molded detail. I like it. You've even got a little Energon crystal here on the side as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go quickly change him into robot mode, and then we'll do some size comparisons. Okay, so here we now have Energon Megatron in his robot mode. And straight off the bat, for those of you who are not familiar with this version of the character, you are probably thinking, hang on a minute, that's Galvatron. And you would be correct in thinking that. This character, this version of the character, was heavily molded on the appearance of G1 Galvatron. In the original Armada series, Megatron was defeated and entombed in Unicron, for lack of a better term. And when he re-emerged, he was in a far more powerful robot body, and the designers decided to make that body look like Galvatron. In fact, in the series, about halfway through, he gets upgraded again. This all becomes a G1 colored style figure, and he does start calling himself Galvatron. But yeah, I really do like the look of this robot mode. The head sculpt's very, very nice. I mean, you can tell the head, the chest, the leg section, if I just pan my camera down here, it's all inspired by G1 Galvatron. He has these massive shoulder cannons as well. If I just put my camera down and bring that up here, these are meant to be able to tilt forward, so we could use them as weapons. I have to be careful with them, though, because mine do have a tendency to pop off quite regularly. So we can do that with them. The tank mode, I just move him to one side for a second. The tank mode itself can also be used, like I said. If you pop open these flaps here on the bottom of the tank mode, you can insert it or clip it onto his arm like so, and then he has this massive tank cannon mode on there as well. Now, alternatively, I just take him off, and once he's on, he's a bit hard to get off. There we go. Alternatively, if you look here, in what was the front section of the jet mode, you have, if I can get this off. There we go. You have this clear plastic bladed weapon. This just slots straight into there. And this is meant to have like lights and sound. But like I said, mine's not had batteries in it for ages, so I don't even know if the lights and sounds work. And again, you can just clip it onto his arm like so. And there you have a bladed weapon for Megatron to use also, which is kind of neat. Now, articulation-wise, obviously this is a toy from the early 2000s, so the articulation is a little limited. So if we just put the cannons back up, the head is on a swivel joint. The arms, you can move forward like so. And there is movement on the shoulder like so. I just realized this figure creaks a hell of a lot. The arms have movement at the elbows. There is no hand movement. He does have 5mm pegs, but no weapon to actually put in them. The legs can move forward like that. They only go that far back because of the backpack. Otherwise, I think they would go a lot further. And very limited movement at the knee. There is no ankle articulation, so you can put him in something what you could call a dramatic pose, I suppose, with his legs spread out, but the figure wasn't really designed for it. So the articulation's not great, but it's not horrific at the same time either. So, just to show how big this figure is, here is the Optimus Prime figure I did previously. So this is Prime with all of his combined vehicles. And with these combined vehicles, he is now as tall as Megatron, at least head height wise. And then here he is with a modern day combiner figure, Menasor, and you can see, although he's about just over half the height of Menasor, with the cannons, he does rival him in height. So this is a big figure. then one last size comparison. Here he is with deluxe class smokescreen. So pretty big size comparison. They really did make figures back in the day a lot bigger for a lot less money and with a lot more features. And I think it's a shame in some ways that they don't kind of do that anymore. They make the figures bigger and more articulated and we pay a lot more money for them, but they seem to have a lot less features with them these days. So yeah, ultimately, I do like this figure. I think it's big, it's chunky, it looks good on the shelf in both robot and vehicle mode. As I said about the Optimus Prime, I would love to see them do a modern day version of this Megatron, but if they're going to make it this size, obviously we're looking at command level prices. And if I'm honest, I would probably get it if I could afford it. But hey, let me know in the comments section. Do you like the look of this figure from my video review? Is it one you've seen before, or is it one you've never seen before? Do let me know. Hit like, hit subscribe, and thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video.